Let's talk about crypto. Yes, that future of finance your cousin raves about. It's everywhere, in the news, on your social feeds, and probably in at least one heated family dinner debate. Crypto promises to change the way we think about money, to put power back in the hands of the people. But is it really that simple? For most people, it's a confusing, intimidating mess. Wallets, private keys, exchanges, gas fees, just a jumble of jargon and risk. The dream of easy, borderless money often feels out of reach, buried under layers of complexity and fear of making a costly mistake. Enter Alex Sterling, not your average coder, but a charismatic, sharp-suited visionary who could make blockchain sound like a bedtime story. He had the rare gift of making the complex seem simple and the risky seem safe. Alex's pitch? The Aegis wallet, a crypto wallet so simple your grandma could use it, and so secure it was impenetrable. He promised a tool that would finally open the doors of crypto to everyone, regardless of age or tech skills. The name, Aegis, evoked Zeus's mythical shield. It was marketing gold. The image of invincibility, of ancient protection, was irresistible in a world obsessed with digital threats. Alex promised financial freedom, control, and safety. No more fear, no more confusion. He painted a picture of a future where anyone could master their money and where security was a given, not a gamble. He blitzed podcasts, webinars, and social media, selling not just a product, but a dream. His message was everywhere, and it resonated with people desperate for a sense of control in a chaotic financial world. People lined up, eager to join the crypto gold rush with Alex as their guide. The promise of easy riches and bulletproof security was too tempting to ignore, and soon, the Aegis wallet was the talk of the town. But when something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Whispers of doubt began to surface, but most were drowned out by the excitement and hype. Behind the charm, Alex was building not a shield, but a Trojan horse. The very thing people trusted to protect their wealth was, in fact, a trap. The wallet was designed to look safe, but it was compromised from the start. Hidden vulnerabilities lurked beneath the polished surface, waiting for the right moment. Alex counted on no one looking too closely at the technical details. Most users just wanted something that worked, not a crash course in cryptography. And for a while he was right. Time ticked by, and the Aegis wallet's user base grew, blissfully unaware of the danger. The stage was set for one of crypto's most audacious heists. The world was watching, but no one saw what was coming next. The world was about to learn just how dangerous trust can be, especially when it's placed in the wrong hands. How do you build a wallet that steals from its users? With misdirection and secrecy. It's not just about clever code. It's about creating an illusion, a sense of trust so convincing that no one suspects a thing. The perfect digital mousetrap is built on layers of deception, each more subtle than the last. Alex hired a small, loyal team, competent but kept in the dark, each working on isolated tasks. No one saw the full picture. Each developer believed they were building a secure, innovative wallet, never realizing the true purpose behind their work. The real trick was in the seed phrase, the secret code that controls your crypto. It's the one thing that stands between a user and their digital fortune, and it's supposed to be known only to them. The Aegis wallet generated a seed phrase for each user, complete with warnings to keep it safe. The app reassured users with security tips and reminders, making them feel in control of their assets. But secretly, the wallet sent a copy of every seed phrase to Alex's hidden server. This invisible handoff happened in the background, undetected and untraceable by ordinary means. Users felt secure, but Alex held a master key to every vault. Every account, every coin was just a few clicks away from being emptied at his whim. The backdoor was buried in layers of code, nearly impossible to spot. It was hidden among thousands of lines, disguised as routine functionality. Even skilled programmers saw nothing amiss. Security audits came and went, but the trap remained invisible, waiting for the right moment. It was a trap disguised as a gift. The wallet promised safety, but delivered vulnerability. The perfect scam is one you never see coming. It's hidden in plain sight, masked by trust and clever design. And Alex's was nearly flawless. a masterpiece of digital deception. Why did people trust Alex? What made him so magnetic, so easy to believe? It wasn't just his words. It was the way he carried himself, the confidence in his voice, the warmth in his smile. He seemed to radiate sincerity, making it almost impossible to doubt him, because he made himself the face of trust. Alex didn't hide behind a logo or a faceless brand. He was front and center, always available, always approachable. He became the person people wanted to believe in. He was everywhere, hosting AMAs, chatting in Discord, showing up at meetups. If there was a conversation about wallets or crypto, Alex was there, answering questions, making jokes, building rapport. He built a community, not just a customer base. People felt like they belonged, like they were part of something bigger than themselves. It was more than a product. It was a movement. Influencers praised the wallet's design and ease of use, rarely digging deeper. Their glowing reviews spread like wildfire, convincing even the skeptics to give it a try. Social proof snowballed. More users meant more legitimacy, which brought even more users. The bandwagon effect was in full swing, and nobody wanted to be left behind. For months, the wallet worked perfectly. Smooth transactions, no glitches. Every feature delivered as promised, reinforcing the sense that this was the real deal. Early adopters became evangelists, telling friends, "See, it's great." Word of mouth became a tidal wave, sweeping up everyone in its path. Alex let the pot fill up, one trusting user at a time. Each new sign-up was another vote of confidence, another brick in the fortress of trust he was building. Trust, once earned, is a powerful weapon. It can open doors, silence doubts, and blind people to warning signs. And Alex was sharpening his for the perfect moment. Every day, he grew more confident, more certain that no one would see what was coming. The Aegis wallet became a cult, with Alex as its charismatic leader. People wore the merch, quoted his tweets, and hung on his every word. No one suspected the betrayal woven into the code. The con was working beautifully. The trap was set, and the world was none the wiser. The longer it worked, the more convincing it became. Every day that passed without a hitch made the illusion stronger. And the bigger the eventual fall, when trust is weaponized, the damage is always catastrophic. The Aegis wallet launch was a spectacle. Countdown timers, bonuses, and bold promises. Slogans like, "Your fortress of finance" and "The unhackable wallet" were everywhere. Alex even faked a security audit, using a shell company to rubber stamp his own work. The audit report was pure fiction, but it looked official. Biometric logins and two-factor authentication added to the illusion of safety. But these features only protected users from outsiders, not from Alex. Tens of thousands downloaded the wallet, entrusting it with their savings. The interface was clean, the experience smooth. Users felt smart, safe, and ahead of the curve. In reality, they were walking into a trap with open arms, and Alex was holding the door. With millions in Aegis wallets, Alex began the final phase. He didn't drain accounts all at once. That would be too obvious. Instead, he wrote a script to siphon tiny amounts from larger accounts, disguised as fees or minor fluctuations. Most users never noticed. Crypto's volatility masked the theft. The stolen funds were laundered through mixers, making them nearly untraceable. This slow bleed went on for months. As confidence grew, so did Alex's greed. He targeted more accounts, took larger cuts. All the while, he maintained his public persona, reassuring users and hyping new features. He was the arsonist and the fire chief, robbing people while helping them. The duplicity was breathtaking. The scam was working, until the first cracks appeared, but even the best cons can't last forever. The first red flags came from meticulous users who tracked every cent. They noticed small, unexplained transactions and started comparing notes online. At first, the community dismissed their concerns as just gas fees. But one data analyst dug deeper, matching his wallet's history to the blockchain. He found unauthorized withdrawals, hard evidence of theft. Others followed, and a quiet panic spread. When they posted their findings in the main Discord, moderators deleted the posts and banned the users. Alex claimed it was a display bug, insisting all funds were safe. For many, this was enough reassurance. But for a growing number, the censorship was a glaring red flag. The cracks were spreading, the truth was starting to leak out, and the community was about to turn. Silencing dissent only fueled suspicion. Banned users formed their own investigation server, and evidence poured in. Hundreds shared stories of missing funds and posted blockchain proof. Investigators traced the stolen crypto to a handful of wallets, all linked to Alex. They hired a real cybersecurity firm to audit the wallet's code. The audit found the hidden backdoor, sending every seed phrase to Alex's server. The report went public, and chaos erupted. News spread fast. Panic set in. Users scrambled to move their funds, but for many, it was too late. Alex, realizing the jig was up, drained every remaining wallet in a final smash and grab. The dream was over. The fortress had been looted from within. The aftermath was brutal. Over $50 million gone. For some, it was a painful lesson. For others, it was financial ruin. The investigation server became a support group for devastated victims. Alex vanished, but the blockchain left a trail. Law enforcement got involved, and a global manhunt began. The scandal forced the crypto industry to confront its flaws: closed source code, fake audits, influencer hype. Other projects rushed to open source their code and prove their security. After months on the run, Alex was caught, thanks to the blockchain's permanent record. He faced charges of fraud and money laundering. The charming mask was gone. The con was over. Justice was slow, and most funds were never recovered. But the lesson was clear. Trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild. What can we learn? First, not your keys, not your coins. If you don't control your private key, you don't own your crypto. Always use open source, well-audited wallets. Never trust a closed system, no matter how charming the founder. Beware personality cults. Charisma isn't security. Trust code, not marketing. Transparency is essential. Open source code lets the world check for backdoors. Secrecy is a scammer's best friend. Beware anything promising easy and safe in crypto. True empowerment comes from education, not blind trust. The digital frontier is full of traps, and the most dangerous ones look like golden opportunities.